Hello there. I think we're live now, and hopefully the audio sounds just fine. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit here, maybe a little bit up so you can hear the music as well. And now let's just set up the link. Yep, we are live. Also turn up some of the light here so you can clearly see my face. And also, yeah, let me just open this chat in a new window. We got that there. Let's select the YouTube comments, YouTube live chat. And that's what we have here on the side. Okay. Let me just say a little hello. Cool. That's it. I'll leave it on the side here. And on top of that, I'm also gonna do a Control T. There you go, it's always on top. And yeah, let's begin the stream now. So how's everyone doing? I'm not sure if there's more than one person watching this. I don't really see the stats, the statistics in live here, really. But yeah. So the plan for today is to continue working on the Rust project that we started a while ago. And we started creating a web crawler, right? So at the moment I've got some, I guess some Rust code that actually visits a particular web page. Hello Wolfox, how's it going? Good to see you again, my friend. We're gonna do some more Rust today. So yeah, as I was saying, we're gonna go back to the Rust web crawler, and we're going to be kind of I guess refactoring the code today and making it a little bit more performant, because if you guys watched, yeah, I do remember you, guy. I do remember you, Wolfox. It's good to see you again, man. Hopefully you can see the chat here, I'm not just talking to myself. Yeah, as I was saying, the Rust program was very slow in retrieving the links, so we're going to try and make that a little bit more performant today. So maybe we can get something like I don't know, 20 links in 10 seconds or something like that. I'll be a bit happier, but ideally we want to get quite a few links per second, maybe more than than 5 for sure. So yeah, let me just post this link on my Discord. And we might also do some CMake later on. I promised to help one of the people on my Discord, so let's see if they join. What is a Rust web crawler, Wolfox? So a web crawler is just a program that goes from website to website looking for links and then finding all the links available. So this is what I'm basically doing. So if I run this, you can kind of see if it works, because I made some changes. You can kind of see what it does. It just like goes on a website, for example, my website, which is markgomez.com, and it will load the HTML and then look for links in there and then visit those links as well and add all those links to a list. So in the end, you end up with pretty much a huge list of different links, right? So this is a web crawler. Okay, let me open Visual Studio Code. This is remote working on my my Raspberry Pi. Cool, yeah. It is cool indeed. It's actually very simple to do as well, if you ever want to try it out. Tends to be a common interview question. So when you go for interviews, they sometimes ask you to write a web crawler in a language. So let me reload the window. Open active. Is Rust a hard language, Warfox? I don't think it is. I mean, if you know, I think you're here for the C++, right? So you probably found my channel because of C++. So if you know C++, it's definitely easier than C++ in my opinion. And as well as that, it's very friendly to beginners. So there's the famous Rust book online, which I might show here. So it's like a very good place to start if you want to learn Rust, and it's all free. Like, it's by the Rust people, I guess. So it has all the things you can possibly like have in Rust, I guess. And the documentation seems to be very good as well. But what's best in my opinion is the compiler errors compared to C++. So the Rust compiler errors are very, very friendly. They tell you exactly what the issue with your code is, so it's easier for you to compile code and know what's wrong when it doesn't compile. So yeah, I mean, I'd recommend it. And it's a fairly safe language as well. You probably write less bugs in Rust if you're doing it properly than you would in C++ otherwise. So yeah, not a hard language at all. Yeah, we want to open a different project, not this one. Can I reload a window? How do I open a new? Add a new, there you go, new window on active host. Cool. Every time I do this is trying to connect to my Raspberry Pi, that's why it's asking me for my password. Oh, I found a channel by the third. Oh, okay, the Rust webcrawler. Oh, okay, so cool. Interestingly, most of the people subscribed to the channel are here because of C++, so it's good to know that there are some Rust people too. And you're mostly welcome, obviously. Yeah, welcome to join the channel and interact whenever you can. I'll try and help you whenever I can as well. I am not a very senior Rust developer. I'm actually a very, very junior one. I've only started Rust maybe, yeah, like five months ago, so I've been doing it for 5 months. Whereas I've been doing C++ for way longer than that. We're talking like 6-7 years here. So good. Let's try and compile this. Let's see if it's still working fine. Yeah, so this program here basically just opens a link, like google.com, looks for the links, and then adds all the links to the queue, and then starts it all again. I am trying to learn CSS for my website. Yeah, CSS is, you know, if you're doing web dev, CSS, HTML, JavaScript, very good languages. However, don't focus too much on, I guess, CSS alone though, because there are quite a few like frameworks you can use that simplify things for you. Like when I made websites, I used to use Boost, is that what it's called? Not Boost, sorry. CSS. Oh, I forgot the name of the Bootstrap. There you go. So Bootstrap is, you know, maybe a little bit easier for you if you want to create something quicker, because it's like a CSS library and with a JavaScript one as well. So it's very sort of easy for you to do quick websites with this. And then if you want to do a, you know, like everyone else, you can probably use Node and REST as well, I guess. What is it? Bootstrap. React, sorry, that's what I meant. React is the popular one. Yeah, React is another very popular sort of like UI web framework. Like, trust me, dude, just learn the basics of CSS and then jump straight into these things. You'll be more productive. That's what people tend to do. I myself don't know much web dev, so I can't really speak much here, but I do know that people tend to use those frameworks instead of just raw CSS and JavaScript. So I guess we've compiled this. Oh, no, it's still analyzing the code. Interesting. I still want to do a cargo build just to see what happens here. Waiting for file lock on page. Alright, so this is building on my Raspberry Pi, so not on my computer. That's why it's a little bit slower. Okay. Hey bro, I have to go now. See you in the next. Yeah, see you, man, and have a good night. Yeah, I think you're. Yeah, enjoy your night. Enjoy your Saturday now. Thank you for tuning in, though. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you. See you, dude. I wish I could see how many people there are on my stream here, instead of, well, without having to go into my YouTube stream all the time. But I guess I can also keep it up, right? There you go. So we'll keep this window open, this window on the side. Perfect. Still waiting to build everything. I love having to wait for the builds, and yeah. If you're wondering, today I'm drinking some grape soda, I guess. Grape Fanta. Really, really good. So I bought these because we had those in Brazil, but the ones in the UK are very different, unfortunately. They are sweeter, I would say, but the grape taste, it's a little bit different. The one in Brazil is very, very dark. This one is kind of light. You can see through it. Nonetheless, it's still good. It sure does be taking a while. Good, so we got an error. That's better. So mismatch type resolving. Okay, so we can check it out. What's going on here? Ah yes, so this is a result of vector. So this is because we don't really need to return a result here in this function, do we? What can go wrong? Yeah, we don't need to return a result for this particular one, which means we just return that. Yep, sounds good now. We're kind of ignoring a lot of the errors if anything goes wrong in finding a particular link, so we can simplify that a little bit. Now this function can also, again, just be a vector. I mean, either we'll find links or we'll find no links, right? So that's the logic here. There's no result. Now what is going on here? Now this is still crawl vector string. Oh no. Error. Huh? Waiting for a file lock and build directory. Huh. This cargo check is taking a long time. A long time. I guess it's checking all the things that it's built just now. So we just wait for that real quick. Still seeing all of those, Jesus. What is cargo check? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's better. That's better because I get a lot more errors. So again, I don't need to return core element. I feel like I can just not return this again. Now all links should be core recursively and extended. I mean, let me think about this. So if it's an element as well, we definitely want to push something into here. Otherwise it's 0. Can I improve this logic a little bit? Because I don't really need to create a vector just to hold one every element, right? Oh, yeah, what can I do? I mean, I definitely have my link here, so for example, let the link be an option. I guess we don't have to put an optional string here or something, right? Otherwise it's not going to let me. And we have to make it mute as well because we want to change it in a bit. And if this is available, if it is in fact a link element in HTML, we just want to say that link is equals to get URL. What's that going to return me? A result of a URL. Okay, so this has to be so we can turn this straight away into an option, and then we can map the option into an actual link, right? Oh, sorry, this is the URL, and then we can have the URL to string or something in here. There you go, and that is what link would be. Yeah, now we can kind of do something funny here. So we can do something like, we can just return crawl recursively, which is going to recursively crawl through all the other children that may be available in this node, which means I will get the links for all of those, plus this link here. How to do that in Rust? It's something like this, I guess. So link from map. And we've got the link here. Children links recursively. What does that return? Yeah, that returns me that. And then I can just simply return this then. children links. Or extend, I guess. Oh, is extend gonna work? What's extend gonna do? Does it actually return me the list itself? What am I actually looking for here? I'm looking... Does this work? No, it doesn't. Does this work? No, it doesn't. Okay. So let's see how we kind of do this in Rust. I can kind of explain it in words. So what I'm trying to do is, I am trying to, in Rust, extend vector with optional. That's what I'm trying to do. If it's some, right? Maybe we should look at the actual documentation for the vector type. We're sending concatenated vector, as it could be A and B. The append would be nice. Map optional value. I don't know what I'm trying to do in how to describe what I'm trying to do in words, basically. That's why I can't find anything useful, but basically what I'm trying to do is to say in Rust that if this link is some value, then it will add itself to my list of all the links. And if not, it's just going to return the list of all the links, right? So I know part of it is, I guess it can be done with map here. But I don't know how to do the other part, which is adding it to the option. So what are the iterator, well, I guess the functional functions we've got here? So we've got expect, we've got insert. Inserts value. No, we don't want that. Of course, got map here. Map or else. So yeah, I definitely want to map this to a vector, right? So I can do a map. Yeah, let's do that. So you can do the link here, the children links, dot extend, and then we do the vec with just this value in there, just a link in there, right? But that is an optional expected enum result. Does it? Let's just return a vector. And it's still going to complain because we have an option. We have an option of some value. What does extend return? And then we can unwrap or, I guess. And the default value would just be children links. It still doesn't work, does it? Why? Because one of these types is nonsense. I think the result of extend is not going to work. What does that return me? An option of nothing, right? Yeah. Why? It's because extend doesn't actually return the vector. So I saw someone doing vec append. There you go. Children links to vec. Oh, does that work now? Does this work? Expected. Okay. No problem. And other, what is this? Expected mute found vector string global. Can I just do something like this? Okay, it does work. But we still have, it still doesn't return anything, so. Oh gosh. Maybe we just have to do it in more lines. I was just trying to save a few lines of code, but. Other into self, leaving other object empty. Oh, so this moves all the objects from that to that, which is fine. Is there a function in Rust that will return? Yeah, we definitely want to move this though. I guess we can just do it lazily now. So let's just do, if let some link equals link, then we can do the addition here. So children links.extend, or simply push, right? This link. I don't know how else to do it, so it's gonna have to do that. And then we can just return the children links there. And there you go. Now, what are the problems here? So we don't have, okay, so we had errors before that we were passing up, and now we don't have errors anymore. So we need to kind of do something with this. I am just tempted to do something like this. So if let so okay or else could be what? If I'm making part of the code good, the other part is not going to be good. So this is getting the attributes of the elements and getting the href, which could be null. I guess an optional string. The asref here is needed, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to move this into a new function and capture that result. I think it makes it a little bit better. So we have get URL. And we're also going to have a function called, what's the output of this whole thing? We want a string, right? So we want a function that will simply get the href. And then what do we pass in? We pass in an element, which is kind of like this. And then we return a string, and that's essentially the logic of it. We're going to do this there. Heaven help me. I wish I could play better music for you guys, and I'm sorry, but I don't want to get a strike. Element. Let's return a result of string. Okay. And we're simply gonna just return that. Right. What's the issue? Expected enum that, and we found this. So we can have a clone here. Or cloned. Does that work now? It seems to. Right. href. There you go, explained quite well what it does. And now, why did I do that? Well, because it's a bit easier for me to actually handle the error here. So I can do simply something like this. So if, well, in fact, let's just get the href here. So get href, and we've got the element there. Yeah, so that is a result. But if I want to actually just print out the error, what do we do? And not do any of this. So that's the href attribute. So what do I want to do? I want to, if it's an error, if it doesn't find ref, I just want to log it out, saying that A doesn't have a href, and then get out of this loop basically. In other words, I just want to make sure that if this is actually a value, then I run this, because if not, we don't care. If not, we can just do a log error, could not find href in tag. Okay, that's basically what we want to do. Whether it's better or worse than before, I don't know. You be the judge of that. But yeah, this is what we're gonna leave it as for now. Okay. So we can't bail here because we are not returning an error, but we definitely want to just log an error, I guess. Log error. And we also want to return a vec new here, just an empty vector, right? Now what is this? This is the response. Yeah, I can no longer kind of I'm gonna move all this, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to move all of this into a function that actually returns an error, and then catch that error and display it. I think that's a better better pattern to do. So function. So request HTML, right, from the page. And this takes a link and will return a, I think is a DOM, right? Something. What do we get here? Where are we? Where are we? Find links. So response is up here. What are you trying? Hey Donna J, how's it going? Good to see you back. Today I'm actually going to try to refactor this a little bit and then increase the performance because it's fairly slow when I run it. So yeah, I've made some changes here and hopefully it looks a little bit better, but the plan for today is to actually increase the performance of this because it's still fairly slow. that's the main point. So we're going to look into the request library and the documentation in a second and just make sure that things are being done properly. Because I kind of feel like even though I have, I think it's 3 or 4 worker threads, it does not work very well. Like he only does one request after the other. Did you manage to get the thread pool? Yeah, I did. I don't think it's working as expected, but you'll see that in a second. I think the request library is not doing it asynchronously, but I don't know. We will see. So yeah, right now I'm just trying to get it to compile again because I made a bunch of changes. So yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, and kind of naming chunks of code a little bit better as well. Yeah, so this is the issue. So all of these things are returning errors because I have the question mark here, bail here and now. So find links is essentially getting the HTML page, which this will turn into, and then maybe handling the errors of that. Okay. So request HTML, return. There you go. So I'm just going to put this all into this function. And this should really be a result of them. Yeah, good. And this should be an async function because we also have async here. So what's the issue? Mismatch type result DOM. Found this instead. This is anyhow, right? Yeah, it's anyhow. So what's the issue? Client.get .timeout .send. Expected enum result DOM. Found unit type this. I'm confused. Well, it's not just compile like I did before. I just moved the code around. Okay, so, okay. Yeah, I'm just being really stupid. But anyway, we don't have the client here, so we need to put the client. So the client object exists and everything else is just fine, right? Now, why did I do that? Well, because I want to basically just say, let's make this function into something very easy. I'll say that the HTML document is going to be whatever that function was called. Can't remember what I named it now. Request HTML. Why are you now targeting DOM nodes? If I remember correctly, UI page crawler just used to extract the anchor tags. Yeah. So it still does that. It still just extracts the anchor tags. This is just a light refactor on that. So yeah, but the anchor tags are still here somewhere. In find links, I think. One sec, let me just get this to compile and I'll show you that it still does the same thing. Request HTML we have the URL and we want the client. How's that? Basically, I want to say if let. Okay, HTML document. I can remove all of this for now. What is the issue? Expected types. Oh yeah. Async. Sorry, I'll wait. I mean, only if it's okay, I can crawl it out and return that, I guess. And if not, I can log an error, I guess. So are you just moving abstraction? Yeah, basically just moving the abstraction around and abstracting things. Because I had a lot of errors being thrown. I'm not sure when you joined, but in the last stream I still had a lot of errors being thrown when the HTML document was being parsed and when finding the like href attribute, for example. And I can't really throw those errors anymore because I need to ignore them. So I'm just moving functions and basically just logging the errors instead. Vinay Sharma, hello, welcome to the stream, dude. How's it going? If may be missing. If is not missing, huh? Yeah. And if it didn't request the HTML, I guess I can just return vec new for now, right? But I can also do a log error. Could not parse. The thanks, bro. Provide. Oh, no worries. Thank you for joining the stream. I do enjoy coding with other people watching, so I find it very, very helpful. Especially when people tell you that your code is wrong. That's the best thing ever. Because you don't spend 2 hours trying to look for bugs when you have just a live audience right here. Where are you guys from? Where are you guys tuning in from? Actually, I'm gonna turn it into a match real quick. Match, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move everything into a library in a bit. Donna, I'm trying to get the thing working first. This main isn't that ridiculous just yet. Well, it's 200 lines of code. But yeah, the plan is to get the the crawling thing into a library. So yeah, I'll probably do a cargo add library in a second, or whatever the command is. Crawl recursively. What is the issue match? It's okay. HTML doc. Maybe we have time to do that today. Move everything into nice laid out libraries. I can help fix. Yeah, of course you can help fix my. If I've got any bugs, let me know. Feel free to shout them out. There is the link to this repository as well. If you guys want to do some live coding on it, I guess you can pull the library, pull the code, and then do it yourself. Feel free to push stuff into it. It's all on GitHub, so. So what's URL here? URL. Okay. Cloning, vector. And the error there. Okay, yeah. Now we simply just ignore if there's any errors. That's why I moved things into a different function. I suspect there'll be more of that though. I am also a new sub. Thank you very much for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. So what's the issue here? No method name okay for struct, vector string. Okay, because we don't need it anymore. Do we? So the links will be crawl element. That links equals elements. I guess map, right? Yeah, just a mapping now. I wouldn't be surprised if I broke something now, but we will see. Crawling element here, and the root URL.clone. Okay, we can do that, yeah, that's fine. So that's what that replaced. There's one too many here. An implementator, okay, yeah, cool. So the crawl function recursively just comprises of finding all the elements and then finding the links for each one of those elements, and that's it. And then we return the flattened, so the array with all the links that we found. A little bit easier to read now. Yeah, now what's going on? Hi, I need your Git repo. Dude, I think it's on the description. Let me know if you can't find it. Should be on the description. So this is it. If you go just on the description, it's there. Like, bear in mind, it's not a full-on repository. I haven't had time to polish it up. In fact, I think everything is still on the child repository. It should be moved a little bit, and I'll create a README for it when it actually functions, I guess. Right now, I'm just trying to get something easy out. No worries. Thank you for being interested, I guess. Where are you guys talking from today? Just wonder where my subscribers are from. So expected search found enum result. Find links. What does it return? Returns strings, right? So log the errors. Match find links. Yeah, we don't need that. We can just do a let links equals find links, and we got URL and then client there. Wait. India. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've got a few friends from India. I went to university here in the UK, and there was quite a few Indian students. One of my best friends is from, I think it's from Delhi actually. Udav, that's his name. But he lives in London now, so I actually saw him for the first time in 5 years a week ago, a couple of weeks ago. India, nice. Quite a lot of Indians here. I tend to get quite a lot of subscribers from India and Brazil, I think. I think Brazil is because I'm from there, so people notice that and follow me because they're Brazilian too. And then there's a lot of people coding in India, which is a very nice thing. It seems that you guys have a lot of coders. Is it something that's taught in school a lot? So you get taught how to code? Is it very popular in India? I wonder. Okay, so now this should compile at the very least. Sorry, not from India, from Bharat. Oh yeah, the new name. I don't know what's going on with that. Are they changing the name of the country? Is that correct? I saw it on the news, but I didn't really read into it. Yeah, why can't I type today? Target. Okay, yeah, cool. So it's still finding the links. It's still working as expected, hopefully. Number of links visited 3. See, some of the links do take a while. I think I get blacklisted. So I need to devise something to basically make sure that I don't kind of wait too much on a link, because this is taking its time. I have no idea why. Or it may be a bug, I don't know. But a very good exercise though would be, I guess we can, I've been putting this off, but we can turn this thing into a library and debloat the main a little bit. So it's got quite a lot of links. So as Dana J suggested, let's create a library for the crawler, right? And for that, let's actually do some Googling, because I don't actually know how to create a static library in Rust inside the project. We want to create a module, I guess, right? So like crate or something. In Rust Cargo, Cargo can create types of projects. A library, projects which usually contain core logic and functions that together make some kind of library. Yeah, I mean, competitions is way too much. Here I've seen 18-year-olds on LinkedIn who's about to say, which one? That made me question my existence. Oh, dude, that's the same everywhere. I mean, sometimes, you know, when I was looking for a new job this year, earlier, it just felt like everyone was better than me. And I ended up going to like, maybe like 15 interviews in the end, overall. Yeah, that was basically, yeah, so it's very difficult. I think there's just a lot of people doing programming, to be honest. But hey, you know, don't see yourself as inferior. You know, everyone's good in their own way. I'm sure you're better than other people at something. One thing that I've pretty much like realized is that there's always going to be a better coder than me wherever I look. So, especially online, you know, online it's not difficult to find a better coder than me. But wherever I work, there's always someone who's better than me. So, but however, I'm just always aspiring to become better, to learn something new. So I'm never like doing the least, if it makes sense. I'm always trying to learn more. Being a software developer, constantly feeling imposter syndrome. Yeah, exactly, man. Every time I join a new company, it's like that. Do you guys have this in India? This is a grape Fanta. So in the UK it's not very popular, but I found it today. I actually only thought that that was only in Brazil. But what is I guess a popular soft drink in India that you guys drink? I wonder if I've tried any of it. Binary projects which can be compiled. Yes, oh nice, you do, yeah. There's a lot of things that we have in Brazil but not in the UK, and grape Fanta is one of them, so I was impressed when I found this in the supermarket today. Yeah, let's add a new library. Oh. See, this is going to create a library on its own, not inside my project, if it makes sense. Not inside my project at all. So I kind of want to create a module within my project. Huh. There you go. This is what this guy is asking, and that's, yeah, hey, the exact structure, it will depend on your project and how it grows, but in starting you can create a single root folder of your main binary and then create subfolders for each binary with their own cargo.toml. Okay, so that's all we need, I guess. Let's take a look at this one. This scripts, no. I guess it's got a crate here. UK implementation of OCI runtime specs in Rust similar to run C. In its root, it has its main binary. Does it? In its root, it has its main binary. Oh yeah, I guess it does. It's not lying about that. The project you mentioned now uses workspaces. I don't completely understand how they are corresponding. Cargo workspaces, right? What is a cargo workspace? Package both library and a binary. Hey Miguel, how's it going? I thought you would enjoy today. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? So Miguel is my friend from Argentina. He's also tuning into the stream pretty much every day, so it's good to see you, man. Source main lib.rs. I mean, I guess for now we can just add a file, a different file with the module stuff, right? So binary. Okay, yeah, so let's just try that, I guess. I was trying to see if I can have a different crate, like within this project, but it doesn't seem like it. So for now, let's just add a crawler. .rs there. Cargo workspace similar to Yarn workspace. Not sure if you have ever worked in Node environment, but it's mostly used if you have a lot of submodular dependency. Think of like CMake libs. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of CMake libraries where I can create a different directory and put my library source code in there, and it will be fairly like containerized. So all the library files will be in there, and I can declare that library as the CMake as being its own sort of thing, and I can include the library in other places. So I was trying to do that. I guess these are crates, right? In Rust, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, I think we're just gonna, for now, just gonna put these into a different file. Hope that it works. You can put lib in there. It's main source folder together. There's no conflict, and cargo will build both things. Cool. Maybe, yeah. Later on, I can turn this crawler file into an actual crate. But what would go into the crawler file? Well, definitely the crawl function, I would say. So this would definitely go in there. No, this is where I'm going to move most things into crawler. Now let's see what we need to include here as well. So we've got crawler state reference. Yeah, these are the things I created. Oh shit, there you go. Now, how do I include this? Name Rusty Crawler. I don't have to say anywhere that it should build crawler as well, right? So I guess I can add a top, maybe. Is this how I can do this? Put a use here. Use crawler? Nope. How do I do that? How do I use a function from a different file? Let's Google that. That's one of the things I haven't read in the book yet. So how to make crates and containerize and modularize your code in Rust. So I'm kind of lacking that, to be honest. There's a really annoying fly around. So in your main RS, you need to... I love how cargo is one-stop solution for errors. Yeah, I agree with you, dude. He has everything. I just don't know how to use everything yet, but I will learn. I will get there. As I said the other day, I think it was to Miguel or something. If you're doing this in C++, you need to write CMake, you need to write C++, and then you need to get a package manager to pull in your libraries. So that's like 3 different software already. So with Rust, at least it's one of them. Just one for everything. In the main, you need to declare mod sub as a module. Oh, okay. So mod crawler. It's not gonna work. Okay, cool. That works. That works. Nice. I don't know where to put it, but let's do it here. And let's move all the stuff that I know I indeed need to this file. So I know that this function will be public. Probably sync there. This will be public as well. This will be public as well. And I think these have to be public, right? If I move it into a module in the future. Let's start including some of the types here. So import read write lock, Tokio. Can you name the package manager for C++ you were talking about in the last stream other than CMake, which does all the heavy lifting? That's more beginner friendly. I wouldn't say it's beginner friendly, but I like Conan. So Conan is basically a package manager in C++. It's written, it used to be written in Python. I'm not sure if it still is because version 2.0 is out and they've changed quite a lot of things, but I still think it's Python though. But yeah, I mean, it has all the libraries you can possibly think of. So if you go on the Conan Center, for example, there, and you want to say you want to use, I don't know, Boost is a popular one, so it's definitely going to be here. You can also use something like, I don't know, Glue, right? Put OpenGL and it'll be here. And all you have to do is create a Conan txt file in your directory and then call Conan install with this here. Now I might do a video on this actually this week. It was one of my goals for the next week because I have a video on VC package, a very similar one. I'm not sure if you've seen it. So if you go on my channel and search for VC package, you'll find it. But yeah, Conan is not bad. I'll just drop you the link here so you can see. It is actually one of the, there's only two at the moment that are the big ones. So VC package by Microsoft and Conan, which is just an open source project by random people. In my opinion, Conan does it better because it has better customization for cross-compiling and stuff, in my opinion. So yeah, definitely worth looking at. So we got this, we got hash set here as well. And now we got arc. And we got result. Okay, so we just need to include result. So use anyhow result. That's better. Request client. Anything else that we're missing? Duration, of course. URL, import the URL, find links, import create find links. No, we're not going to do that yet. So yeah, we need to find links in here. Let's begin by moving the functions. I'm not going to put this as a public function. But we might add a little documentation here, right? Tutorial of Rust, you explain very well. Oh, I can't do a Rust tutorial. Maybe Dana J is better at Rust than me, so he can explain it to you. I'm still learning, dude. So once I get comfortable with Rust, I'm sure I will do some Rust videos. But thank you for the compliment. So yeah, finds given a URL and a request, a client. It will crawl the HTML in URL and find all the links in the page, returning them as a vector of strings. Okay, cool. Yeah, of course we need request HTML, so let's move that in here. Kiro, are you planning to make a search engine? No, I'm not planning to make a search engine. I'm just planning to make a little scraper, really. So maybe something that will go through all the images, all the websites and kind of save the images somewhere. And maybe we can turn this into something actually useful in the future. But it will take a while, man. This is only this is the third day or fourth day or hour number 9 or something of doing this. It will take some time, but nah, man, I suck so hard at Rust. Golang is my go-to. Side projects, yeah. I do like Golang as well. I don't know much of it. My partner does Golang for her work, but I do like it. It's a good language as well. It's not too bad. What was I missing? I was missing request HTML. Okay. So I need this function in here too, and this module. So what is this going to do? This given given a URL and a client, it will return the parsed HTML in a DOM structure. It may return an error if the request fails, right? Cool. This comes from the HTML parser, and then we've got bail that comes from anyhow, and then we've got status code that comes from request. Cool. I need to add something that will format my code. So what do you get? What do you use, Dana J? Is it just clippy? Clippy to format everything? Or cargo format, right? Cargo FMT, I think. That should do the job. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys on the stream, by the way. Thank you for watching. This is probably like the most people I've ever had watching. I don't even know how many are watching me now. Let's see. 4 people. Yeah, definitely a lot. For me, at least. I know 4 people isn't a lot, but I usually have like just myself most of the day. So crawl recursively is another function we need to move into this crate. Sorry, this module, which is this function here. It's actually very good that we're doing this exercise because I get to document my functions, which I didn't do before. So crawl will go here. So what is this function doing? This function is going through each HTML node, which means like each HTML tag, I guess, from a root node, like the HTML tag, for example. We'll have like the body, header, whatever. So go through each of those children and then recursively find links in them. So basically find the anchor elements and then hit the hrefs and return the links as a vector of strings, right? So that's what's going to go into our documentation. And goes through a list of HTML nodes. Thank you, Vinay. Thank you, Vinay. By the way, is Vinay or Vinay? I don't know how to pronounce it. And recursively find all links within the DOM. There you go, that's what this function does. So now node comes from HTML parser as well, and we need the crawl element over here too. Formal pronunciation is correct. Vinay, okay, cool. So crawl element, what the hell is that? Yeah, here. There you go, another function that I haven't documented before, which is amazing. So I'm just going to basically end up moving most of the functions in the main file into the crawler module, because they're all related to crawling anyway. So I'll just leave the main logic in there. I thought that might happen. So okay, cool. And then I was thinking maybe in 30 minutes we can do some C++, because there was one of the friends of mine in the Discord asked me to help with turning his I guess his benchmark build into CMake, and I think it's doing everything with a shell script here, so like I can turning all of this into a CMake build basically for C++. I mean, if you guys want to see that, let's maybe think about it. Well, okay, so what's this function doing? It's scrolling through one element. where is this being used? Yeah. Let's just do a little bit of shifting so the functions are grouped together where they belong. Okay, so that is used here. Then we've got crawl element being used. Well, these are both calling each other, right? Because they are recursively. Yeah. Yeah, this should be called something else. Let's call it crawl. Imagine writing shell script to compile C++ program in 2020. I think he's just a student, to be honest. Probably doesn't know any better, man. But yeah, I mean, quite a lot of people, even companies, still do that. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Yeah, so this function is actually is the one that actually looks for the anchor tag and the href, right? This is what I meant before with Dana-J. It's still doing the same thing. Yeah, I just separated things into different functions now. So this function will take an element and look for the anchor tag. Anchor tag information, if it exists. Finding the href attribute and adding it to the list of links. Cool. What do we need now? Wait, what did I do? There you go. We need to get href and get URL. I have seen some insane shell scripts and those become quite cumbersome to understand, manage. Yeah, I agree. I used to work for a car manufacturer named Jaguar Land Rover, owned by the Tata Group, actually, an India group, right? The Tata family. And yeah, some of the stuff was still building Make, which is essentially just a script. So, you know, quite a lot of it was building in Make, especially the sort of like the Yocto builds and stuff. So it is hard to manage, but unfortunately you can't get away if you work in this sort of companies. I mean, these are systems that have been there for like basically older than you. I'm not sure how old you are. I'm 27, but that code is probably there for for longer than myself. So, you know, it's difficult changing things. Yeah, Tata Group is India. Yeah. It's a very good company, actually. They very good to work for. I really enjoyed my time there. So get href and get URL. Oh, there you go. These functions have documentation, so much better. I think the Ratan Tata, right? The head of everything, is one of the few billionaires that I actually support, I guess, because he seems to be a nice guy, so seems to care for people. I am 22, still feel older. Should. Yeah, you're still young, man. You're still young. I've got 5 years on you. You start feeling older when you reach, like, I'd say 25, because then you're in your mid-20s, so you can't say you're in your early 20s anymore. That's when he hits. That's when he hits. Anyhow, okay, so that just comes from anyhow. What? Okay. Okay, cool. So now we have most of the things that should be in a separate crawling module in a crawling module. So what we have here is essentially just a public function called crawl, and that's all that we are exposing from this module. We should expose that crawler state as well, though. Crawler state ref. Why is it not? There you go. So a lot of things here we don't need anymore, so let's remove them. So all the HTML stuffs we don't need. We don't need the request. We don't need bail, because we're not bailing. Yeah. Well, let's remove clap parser we do need. And we can keep the rest here. Okay. I mean, we do, yeah, I lied. We do need, anyhow, result, because we're still using it. Okay, now, I hope you guys are happy now. The main file looks a lot smaller than it used to. Okay, so we have crawl state. Is this not public? Crawler state. Okay, we should be able to import this. Okay, cool. Have we imported it? Yes, we have. Okay, cool. And of course, we're going to import the crawl function. Right, that's great now. That's great. So all we have in the main function, if we look down here, so we initialize the logger, cool. Then we get the program arguments, the CLI arguments, cool. And that is just a starting URL for now. There's nothing after that. And then we actually run this try main, which is the actual main function. And then if there's any errors in it, we log out, we exit. If not, we just say finished. Yeah, we can add one more thing actually to this, which would be the, I guess, the number of maximum links to find, right? I forgot to add this the day before. So arg, I want the short and long option here, and then max links. Let's say this is a U64 or something, right? Cool. And instead of the hard-coded 1000 that I've got somewhere, I can put the program at the args. Max links, there you go. Better. Right? Or maybe not. Oh gosh, how's usize? What's usize? What the hell is usize? What size is it? Is it 64-bit number? Yeah, it looks more clean and easier to understand even from first sight, yeah. I hope so. So we create the crawler state, which is just the big lock for the program that's holding all the links. And then this is the threads here, the worker threads. So each thread is basically running the crawl function. And we also have a function that outputs the state, or just outputs some information every 3 seconds. Just to see how many links we've visited so far. And that's it. Yeah. Let's compile this and run again. And because I don't have that much time now, because I want to switch to C++ in a bit, I guess I can also include clippy. Clippy and format the code. So let's, yeah, clippy just to do the static analysis and make sure that I'm not doing anything stupid. Rust clippy run. I am sure if you put this up on Rust official Discord, members over there would find 400 different problems. Oh yeah, 100%. That's why I don't do that. Yeah, I mean, it seems like the Rust people online, they love to basically say what's wrong with your code, so not a bad thing, but you know, it does become annoying every now and then. So how do I run clippy? So rest up, cargo clippy. Now you can run clippy by vote. Okay, so it's just clippy fix. Maybe we don't want to fix it. As with cargo clippy p examples. Yeah, one of the things I used to hate with Stack Overflow is that whenever you posted a question, And this is when I used to post on Stack Overflow, maybe like 5-7 years ago when I stopped. You know, people always say, well, why are you doing this? You know, they will never tell you what you need to do. They'll never answer your problems. They'll just find like problems with your question, if it makes sense. So it becomes quite annoying. Clippy is just for more writing in idiomatic Rust in more conventional way possible. I haven't used it. We've seen a lot of... Yeah. So modular. As far as I know, Clippy is Rust's static analyzer, right? Kind of thing. It's not really static analyzer because the compiler kind of does that, I guess. But yeah, it's just to make sure that you're not writing anything stupid. Did it compile? I think it did, right? This is actually running on a Raspberry Pi, that's why it may be a bit slow to compile. I'm remote working from the Raspberry Pi, so... Okay, starting URL is that. And what is the other thing that I added? The max number of links. Max links, yeah. Let's set it to 10, just to see what happens. So you can tell that the other threads are waiting for the links from my website. But nothing happens. And I think that's because my website doesn't return 200. I think it returns a redirect because I did HTTP. This is a bug, by the way, on my thing. Or is my website down? Either my website is down or I've broken something. So which one of the ones is it? My website is up. Is it actually up? No, number of links visited is 0. And the function that should be printing every 3 seconds is no longer printing every 3 seconds. So music players, common views, oops, terminal view. Ah, okay, cool. So let me move my terminal to here. Maybe that's a little bit better. Maybe I can solve that on OBS as well by simply turning it into transparent. Let's see if we can do that. Family mode screen. There you go. It should be a little bit better now. Yeah, so this is definitely not working anymore. Why not? So it works with Google, it just doesn't work with my website. Why is that? And then it also stops on Google right here. So when it finds the policies. Oh, this is the issue I had the other day. I brought it back somehow. I thought it was some kind of deadlock in my code, but I'm not too sure now. Is it a deadlock? Operation timed out. Find it now, okay. Operation timed out. Yeah, so we're just getting timed out in some of the Google links, which is, I guess, normal. So how many links? We've seen 8 so far. It is concerning that it times out in some of the Google links. Let's look at the timeout. I don't know what the timeout is in my crawler. Well, the timeout is 2 seconds, so this is definitely taking more than 2 seconds for it to time out. But why? Which is interesting. Why? It's always the Google policies page as well. What's up with this page? What is up with this page? Nothing. Nothing is up with it. It loads fine on my browser at least. Is it because it's one of those that keeps spawning things? Which OS do I use? I'm using Windows now, but I'm also coding on Linux because I'm using WSL and my Raspberry Pi. Could this be due to sending multiple requests in parallel? I know it sounds stupid. I think it can, you know. I'm not sure if Google is kind of blocking my client and then I'm basically stuck on Google now. But the problem is I shouldn't be, because I have a timeout, and it's, you know, if it takes longer than 2 seconds, it should just give up and not return a response. So I'm not sure why this timeout isn't working in the first place, which is interesting, because it should be timing out just after 2 seconds. That's the idea of it, of this timeout. Maybe I can do a quick Google here. So request get timeout not working. When my app starts, I need to make a request every 30 minutes. I tried the loop function. Async runtimes assume there's no blocking code in the async context. And thread sleep does nothing but block. That's why it breaks everything. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any of those, I don't think. Do I have any thread sleeps anyway? Tokio sleep, okay, no. When the request times out, you will end up in the results error from one of the operations, either send or text in your code. But it doesn't seem to be working. The timeout doesn't seem to be working at all. And it's also stuck here. I wish I could see where it's stuck. Maybe we can debug, right? Maybe we can debug. So we already have a launched JSON for it, debugging reqwest. I just have to put the arguments here, I guess. Starting URL. Google.com, and then we can also do env here and set the Rust log. Otherwise, we're not going to get any logs to info. I think should do. Okay. Maybe I've already done this before, I don't know. Why did it exit? The following links requires arguments were not provided max links. Okay. That's a nice little bug. Let's just put a default value t equals 100 or something, right? Let's rebuild now. Yeah, I think it could be, you know, Donna J, you might be right. I think it could literally be my client getting blocked somewhere. But it doesn't. What it doesn't explain is why it doesn't just ignore the request after 2 seconds and returns an error. Because I don't have a timeout, so there is definitely something fishy going on with my code somewhere. Terminal. Google.com. Oh, that's why I don't get any fucking things. I was wondering why we're not getting any logs. It's because I misspelled this. So finding logs, finding policies, and we're stuck right here, right? So number of links equals 4. But if the client is getting blocked, shouldn't it be getting 49? Yeah, it should do. It should be getting some, like a whatever, not unauthorized, but yeah, 49 I guess makes sense. I don't know which HTTP error it should be returning. I'm not really a web dev, but that sounds about right, to be honest. So I don't understand. And my code only considers responses that returned status OK 200. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But what's also interesting is that it's not printing the you know, the links that are already visited here. So the last log I see is finding links for whatever policies, right? Which I guess it's in here somehow, somewhere. There. But at this stage, link queue and the already visited objects are no longer like blocked, right? So the other function that is showing the outputs should be working. Unless it parses it here and we don't have any logs here. Yeah, which we don't. So maybe it does finish this. Wait, let me think. Could this be an infinite loop? An infinite recursion or something? So for example, if policies.google.com links to policies.google.com privacy, but then privacy links back to terms, is it going to be trying to get those links or follow them? It shouldn't do. It shouldn't do. It's just for one page, I think. So it might be here. I mean, what happens if we just put this URL as our starting one? What happens if we have this instead? Does it just not find it anywhere else? So there's something in this particular page that breaks it. Is that correct? Yeah. Something in this page that breaks it. So what is it? What is it now? Can we pause it and see? Yeah, I can put a breakpoint. The problem is that it's multi-threaded here, so I don't know how it's going to behave with a breakpoint, because it'll be jumping everywhere. But so you can put a breakpoint there, that's important. Find the links for that. Links, link. Okay. Let's just see what happens to this function here. The reason why I'm putting multiple breakpoints is that because it's multi-threaded, if I press F10 it would just go everywhere. It won't follow my breakpoints. Okay. Okay, so this is the second thread, right? Worker thread, yeah, this is the second thread. Can we add this to the watch or something? This is still the second thread. This is the third thread now. This is what I mean with breakpoints and multi-threading. I hate it. This is fourth thread. We don't care about this one. It should be waiting again. Okay. So this is going to find links for our URL, which is, it doesn't say what it is. What a shame. Error sending request. Okay. But now it times out because I'm here. This is so interesting. Does he return all the links? Yeah, now they're just going to be waiting because the queue is empty. There's nothing in the queue. Yeah, the breakpoints are not going to help me in this case. Unless I just remove most of them. Let's just add this one. See, there's something in this page that just breaks it. Something in here that just absolutely breaks it. And I don't know what. I don't know what it could be. So it's definitely in find links, right? Let's try now debugging that one and see where it's hanging. Don't just print the status code and wait for a request to fail. Maybe by analyzing input you can find the source of the problem. Just don't just print the status code and wait. Yeah, that's what I guess that's what I'm kind of trying to do. I'm firstly trying to figure out where it's hanging and then find the issue. If I had to guess, it would be where it's kind of decoding the HTML, but I don't know until I figure it out. As I said, breakpoints are a bit shit here because it's multi-threaded, and if I press F10 to skip a line, it will go somewhere else in the code or the assembly or whatever. So I don't care about these two. What I do care about, I don't know why this didn't reach. Yeah, because it's still in this function, see? It's still in request HTML. That's why that wasn't reached. Let's try again. We'll give this another 5 minutes, and if it doesn't work, I guess I'll have to move on. There you go. So the URL in this case is Google, right? So the response is acquired. So the response, you see, we do get a response from the page. But then we return an error here. Is that correct? Oh, I don't know now. What happens? Let's try and change this slightly, because I think we get an error here, and that's what returns the issue. As I thought, it's something with, I guess, doing the page here. Response mismatch types, huh? Good night, bro. Thank you, Vinay. Thank you for joining. Yeah, have a good night, man. I don't know what time it is in India, but it must be pretty late. Fucking out 2 AM, man. And you guys are still here. Thank you very much. Well, please go to bed. You too, Dana J. If it's 2 AM, man, just get some sleep. It's a long day tomorrow. What does that return? A result of string. Oh, okay, yeah. That's why. I'm just an idiot. Okay, that's what I wanted to do here. Let's just return the arrow too. So cool. Match arms have incompatible types. That's because I want to return and not First streams, getting sleep. Oh man, yeah, don't do that to yourself. You should be able to get some good sleep, man. In fact, I might leave the C++ stuff and then just do it tomorrow because I'm falling asleep as well. Had a long week. This week we had some mad tests at work, so most of the days I was just working until late. And then after that I was doing stream as well, as you saw, so coding for literally 12 hours every day. What is the issue here? So, can I just call bail? Something went wrong. Please tell me this works. Oh, thank you, thank you. Response.text. Yeah, let's just comment this out. I'll bring it back later. Okay. Now let's see if this still fails, because somehow this failing causes my program to hang, which returns a vector new here in find links, and then it causes the queue to be empty. Ah, okay, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why, because the queue is empty and nothing can pick up the shit anymore. So cool. That kind of makes sense, to be honest with you. But let's see if that's the actual case. I've run out of Fanta grape, unfortunately. I have to drink water now. So Dhananjay, do you work as a coder as well? What are you up to? Or are you just doing it for a hobby kind of thing? So request HTML. Cool. We have got the response here. We do not bail. Which one are we? And we log the error. Request operation timed out. Okay, so that's kind of shit, isn't it? We don't want the operation timeout. Operation timed out again. Interesting. Okay, but is this what actually happens without me putting breakpoints? Because I feel like it's just timing out because it's my breakpoints that are messing it up, because it's waiting for the program, right? I'm a third year of my bachelor degree, currently working as a full stack developer. Oh yeah, that's good, man. That's actually really good that you were a student and you already have a job. You know, many people wish they were in your shoes, man. I'll tell you that. I was lucky as well that when I finished my university, I found a job. But I know a lot of people who, you know, struggle to find something after their studies. But luckily for you, you know, you've already got some experience, so you have no issue finding a job after that. Who knows, even get a job here in the UK, man. That'd be good, isn't it? If you're willing to do that. I'm not sure if you're willing to move away from family. It's a big thing nowadays, isn't it? Like, see, it doesn't return. This does not return. What is going on here? I'm gonna die if I don't find what issue this is. I have no idea what's going on now. So finding links for policies. Okay, so looking into transition to low-level systems, but it's hard to find suitable company looking for C++ coder as they all have ridiculous requirements. Like, yeah, C++ is a difficult one to find, I guess. I got very lucky because I joined a computer graphics company that gave me some C++ experience, and then I moved to Jaguar Land Rover where I did embedded systems development, and I was there for like a couple of years as well to get that experience. And after that, I did C++ for Microsoft for like over a year or something, doing C++, yeah, working in systems too. But it's just the first job, man. The first job is the hardest one to find, I'll tell you that. It's easier after that, man. So don't worry too much. You'll find something. Okay, so we've got that, found links. Okay. Yeah, and to make things worse, I can't even see this issue in debugging because my breakpoints will make the requests timeout, unfortunately. So yeah, it is not ideal. So finding links for policies paused. URL, see. So we get this here, but not this one. So it's in here somewhere that we are stuck, which means we are stuck in request HTML because that's all the function does, right? I didn't notice changes you made. What was the issue? I don't know what the issue is. It's basically it hits this URL and then it stops there, but it shouldn't stop. So it makes me think there's a deadlock somewhere, and I want to figure out where the deadlock is happening, or if something is sort of like looping infinitely. Because this should print every 3 seconds, and it's not being printed every 3 seconds. You see this chunk here. So it's waiting. And to make things worse, as I said, I can't hit this error on my debugger because I put in breakpoints in places will cause the links to timeout the requests. So it's a very niche problem, but we'll figure it out. Whether it takes 30 minutes or it takes an hour, this will be done. Okay. I've dealt with worse on C++, so this is nothing compared to things I've seen before. Request HTML4 request. So request HTML4. So don't pause, does get returned. Okay. Where has this been used? Here. So maybe it isn't crawl recursively, right? Now this is gonna hurt. So I'm gonna make sure that I put this URL as my first one. Because if I put a log here, it will appear in every single link that I visit. So I hate having to debug by putting logs, but this is what we've got so far. There you go. Yeah, I did something wrong because it should have been this link here first. There you go. Request HTML4. And that's where we stop. Between request HTML4 and this. Great. So request HTML4 in there. It doesn't log an error or anything. So it doesn't go through here. Request what? Request HTML4. How is that even possible? Ah, there's more. Okay. So it goes through all of this. Don't pause. Result DOM. Is it actually the parser that has a bug in it? And it doesn't pass the it doesn't pass the HTML page? Could that be it? Do you think? There's no way, right? There's absolutely no way that the Rust parser would have a bug in it. Hello. HTML. Okay, so if I do a match on this. Okay. Also, what is this? I could have just done this. That was so confusing. I've read Doom pause. Me, you, my sleep. Oh yeah. I'm very sleepy as well. Are you not getting enough sleep, Miguel? Come on, man. You know, you should get some good sleep. Don't be like Dana J that's awake at 2 AM watching some random person code very, very bad Rust code. But dude, what the hell is going on here? I'm going to stream for another 10 minutes and I may stream for longer if we can solve this issue. If you can't solve this issue, I'm going to turn off the stream and cry. Basically, I'm going to go to bed and cry. But it, so far it's looking like it's stopping at DOM pause, so pausing the HTML. And that's what we're trying to find out now. But we'll see. Yeah. So error. Something. This is just here for logging, by the way. I just want to see what happens. Okay, I'm just gonna put that log there. I know it's not very interesting to just see me trying to kind of figure out what's wrong with the code. It's much more interesting when I can actually get things done. So I do apologize for that, guys. But unfortunately, we hit bugs sometimes, and sometimes these bugs do take a while to fix. So request HTML4. Like what? What the hell? Anything. So my guy, this is just weird. I think there's definitely something wrong with it. I just don't know what it is. Maybe we can put a timer here on pausing, so we know that we're pausing when we reach this. Wait, is this library just slow? Is Rust HTML parser actually slow? Because it can't be that slow. It's very much faster. Parse only a part of the document with soup trainer. Note that HTML5 lib does not support soup trainer. Okay, maybe I'm starting to like think that this parser that I chose is kind of very shit. Making beautiful soup parsing 10 times faster. I have read about beautiful soup, but that is a Python library, so it doesn't really help us much. Like now it's definitely stuck here. So policies, whatever, cookies. What if we try with a different link? So let's start with this guy's link, for example. Like I'm sure his website is not going to block me straight away, is it? Maybe it is just Google blocking me, because I have no idea, man. Number of links visited, number of links visited. Yeah, no. It's not working either. There's definitely something wrong then. What if I show what the HTML is? I also have to remove the endless logs that I've added now for no reason. Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, J, I might actually have to post this on the Rust channel and ask him to figure out what's wrong if I can't find this. So something went wrong here. Okay. What if there might be a HTML attribute on Google page which the parser taking time? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, but surely it can't take that long. I've let it run for like a minute or whatever, and it doesn't. Yeah, let's be honest, it shouldn't take a minute to parse the HTML page. Anyway, this one, something happened here, so something went wrong. 307 doc type. Where is it? Something. No, I don't know which one this is. Please build time increase. Let's see. Something went wrong too. So is this one here? Why does it fail? This one doesn't parse because of this tag here. Great. So you can't have a doc type at the start, I guess. Don't parse HTML. What the hell? So the Rust parser doesn't like when there's a doc type. SVG, I guess, in here. Maybe we should look for a different parser. That's what I'm getting to. Well, time to sleep. Starts to code while dreaming. Thank you for watching, Miguel. Guys, I'm actually going to go as well. I don't think we're going to solve this today, and I don't want to waste your guys' time. So all I can say is, you know, thank you very much for watching. And what I'm going to do now is to look for a new parser, because I think there's something wrong with the parser. Like, definitely, it should not be like struggling to parse this. This is a fairly basic doc type in HTML. So it's kind of making me think that's not the Rust parser that we chose is not very good. So I'm gonna have to find a different way. I mean, aside from that, you know, thank you very much for watching and being here with me today. And I appreciate all your time, obviously. And I'll see you guys, maybe not tomorrow because it's Sunday. I have my brother's birthday. But yeah, I will. I'll try and stream on Monday. And yeah, enjoy the weekend, guys. And I will see you then. Bye-bye. Get some good sleep, don't I, Jay?